In this video, I want to shoot a roll of 35mm film in my Hasselblad 500cm, but I want to use my specially modified Panoramic VPan or P27 bag to do it. If you don't know what a VPan is, I have a video about it that you can check here. So here's a big question. Why 35mm film in a medium format Hasselblad? And the answer is mainly for curiosity. I think VPan is such a cool accessory, and by using 35mm film in it, I can shoot real 35mm and not panoramic. But other than the curiosity, let's say you have this Hasselblad 500mm lens and you want to shoot something like the moon or a solar eclipse or even do some bird photography. In this case, using a 120 roll is a waste of film, and I think it helps a lot to just use a roll of 35mm and you can still get 27 shots from it. So I got a pair of these 3D printed adapters and put them at each end of my 35mm canister, and then from here you just need to load the film like a normal 120 roll. Of course, when I was loading the film, I was fully aware that in a medium format, first you have to wind the film to get rid of the backing paper. And 35mm film doesn't have backing paper, so it means it's gonna waste a little bit of your film in the beginning. And the way to avoid it is to tape a piece of backing paper to your 35mm film. But I just didn't want to deal with this hassle, and by the way, I'm using a 36 exposure film. So with P27 bag, I get only 27 shots and it's gonna waste some film anyway. So let's hit the street with the Hassi and 80mm lens, which I think is a little too long for street photography, but it is doable. So here's some of my photos from the day. By the way, with the 80mm lens, it was easier to get photos of people on the other side of the street. Here you can see my viewfinder with the mask that I got with my VPan. Only the little rectangle in the middle is what actually the film sees. So maybe in future I make a black mask with only that part open to make the framing faster and easier. And here's a mirror selfie. It was a cold day, so I look like this. I continued keeping a distance from people and took photos like this, and eventually finished the roll with this photo. I developed the film at home, and now before scanning, let's take a look at the film. Here's the first part that got exposed when I was loading the film, and it is completely black, and as you can see, it is almost 18 centimeters. Then here's the part that the camera thought it was the backing paper, and it is not exposed, and it is almost 25 centimeters. And here, as you can see, there are 28 shots on the roll. That is a little weird to me because usually this VPan bag can only go up to 27 shots. And here's the part after the last shot. That is almost 36 centimeters on this 36 exposure film. So the lesson is that it's better to use a 24 exposure film with backing paper taped to it. Now let's scan. Here, to get the sprocket holes in the frame, I just put the film on the scanner and I didn't use the 35mm film holder, which makes the photos a little bit less sharp than normal 35mm. So I gotta find another way to scan these negatives in future. Now let's take a look at the size of the negatives. Because the sprocket holes are in the shot, first it looks like it is smaller than a normal 35mm negative. But if you compare it side by side, you can see that it is almost the same size. So overall, I'm happy with these shots and with my experience with 35mm film in VPan. But like I said, I gotta find a better way to scan these negatives with the sprocket holes. So that's it. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also feel free to follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, also known as Twitter.